Good day, planet Earth. Michael Litten, the last DJ, host of Ride the Vibe, broadcasting from the super cool Sandbox Studio South in an undisclosed location outside of Atlanta, Georgia, but south of Cumming, Georgia. So, how about that, y'all? And I'm super stoked to have on the show the band Otis, but not the whole band Otis, just the lead singer and lead guitar player, Boone Froggett. Did I get that right, Boone?
You nailed it, man. You got it.
Yippee! Even a blind squirrel. And with Boone on guitar and vocals, John Seeley on bass, Alex Wells on guitar, and Dave Myers on drums, the members of the Otis Band are staying connected to their Kentucky roots. Kentucky, how about that, y'all? Growing up around traditional instruments like piano, fiddle, guitar, instilled in them an appreciation for country rock, bluegrass, gospel, folk music. Kentucky's rich musical heritage led them to discover the rock and blues heroes that continue to influence the band's original music or material today. So welcome, Boone.
Hey, man. Glad to be here.
It's been a long time coming, brother.
I knew we'd get it eventually, but
We're not going to go into the
we're here.
backstory on that because we're now doing it. It's all good. We're in the present, precious present. And for your fans that are legion and growing, but may not be familiar with Ride the Vibe, the way we roll the show is we're going to play, it's old fashioned kind of, album listing party format, right? We're going to play 6 year songs, but only just a couple of minutes because we'd like people to go out and buy it. And I'm thinking the otisband.com, can they get the stuff there, Boone, or where should
That,
they go?
that's the place to do it. You can find all the other links there from the website if you're wanting to stream it or buy it or do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Good. So we're only going to play a couple minutes. We'll play 6 songs, and then we're going to chit chat in between about so kind of like a liner notes, backstory on the music, the origin of the song, the genesis of the band, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
And we
man.
like to encourage listeners to sit back in a comfortable environment down here in Georgia and probably up in Kentucky. We're out on the floats now on the water, so that's nice. And
Oh
get
yeah,
a
man.
beverage of their choice. And in the studio, we are featuring one of our favorite sponsors, Cathead. And Mike Natchez has got some Old Soul whiskey he's featuring, and I'm featuring a little bit of the Cathead Honeysuckle vodka, which is the only vodka I can drink straight. So cheers. And Mike, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. Clink the glasses. Boone to you guys up there in Kentucky. And for the folks in Kentucky that might not be familiar with Cathead, Cathead is the oldest distillery in the state of Mississippi, because Mississippi, last state in the Union to do away with prohibition. And the expression cathead was used primarily by blues musicians back in the day. So I would say of the band Otis and Boone and John and Alex and Dale, they are catheads. And that was a high compliment. The other thing we love about Cathead is their tagline is support live music. And as Neil Young said, live music is better. And with that, on that note, so to speak, I want to let everybody in the Atlanta metro area know after you've heard this great music on Ride the Vibe and you've gone and got downloaded it, etc., and you want to see Otis live, they are going to be at Smith's Old Bar. That's August 21st. That's a Thursday. They're going to be there starting at 7 o'clock. And you guys are on a joint tour with hippies and cowboys. Talk about that a little bit, Boone.
That's correct, man. We're really excited about going out with those guys, and the way it all kind of happened is we knew their manager Trey through opening shows for Blackberry Smoke. So Trey reached out and he's like, "What do you think about coming out with these guys?" And we're like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." I think there's a good spirit there between both bands. We share a
Yeah.
lot of influences, but it's different enough to make for an interesting show.
I love it. Now, so you've done joint collaborations with them before, or is this going to be the first?
This will be the first time.
Ah, wow. So definitely folks in the Atlanta area want to get out and see that. That'll be awesome. Smith's Old Bar, Thursday, October 21st at 7 p.m. And then if you can't make that show, Boone, you said you guys are going to be back and talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to be back in November. It's up on the website. I don't know the exact date, but
Yeah,
we're coming back to Grant's Lounge in Macon, Georgia, with hippies and cowboys as well. So
I love it down in Macon.
yeah, we've played Macon a lot over the years through playing the Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association Festival. We've got to do that 3 times, and
Wow,
we did a residency at the Big House Museum, and we've played Macon a lot. So
wow.
that's always a good stop for us.
So talk about those two events. Because I know I've been to the Big House, love it, but and then talk
Yeah.
about this Allman Brothers.
Yeah, we got started coming to Macon, Georgia, through the Big House Museum. They invited us to come do a residency there, so we played there, a couple times throughout the year, and that led to
Where in the I did not know they did live music there, so that's interesting. And then where did you do it outside on that?
yeah, they have a great stage and PA outside, and
Yeah.
they've been doing a summer concert series there. And I think sometimes they'll have music inside. I know our friend JD Simo actually recorded a whole album inside of the house,
No way.
which is really cool. But
Wow.
man, they're great folks, and that
Yeah.
was kind of the first place besides home that really took off and started drawing a lot of
Yeah.
people. We've been fortunate enough to open for Wet Willie there. We've played some of Jimmy Hall's birthday parties.
Oh my gosh.
Tommy Talton, we did a thing with Butch Trucks and the Freight Train Band there as well. So
Wow. Before
we,
Butch passed, God bless him.
yeah,
Wow.
we've been fortunate. We're such big fans of
Yeah.
the Allman Brothers universe, if you will. All the bands that kind of
Yeah.
surround that to get to know them and be a part of it was really cool.
Well, anybody that hasn't done it, and if they're a fan like you guys are, going down, touring or first going to H&H,
Oh
getting a
yeah,
good feed on, as Greg would say, then going to
yep.
the big house, then go to Rose Hill, see all, where God bless they're all buried. And then I also added in eating at the restaurant where Greg proposed to share. So
There
that
you
was
go.
that was kind of cool. Well, talk about your residency. How you like multiple days? What was?
It was multiple dates throughout the year, so they would bring us back, every
Yeah,
couple months, and it was cool because we got to kind of know people more each time and kind of
yeah,
become kind of the fabric of what was going on there. And the pictures you see on Eyes of the Sun on the
yes,
back,
yeah.
Kirk West actually took those in the very top floor of Grant's Lounge before it was renovated. So that was kind of a cool, tie-in to all that.
Wow. And anything? Did you do anything with at the recently refurbished Capricorn Studios?
We've never got to go in there. When we first started coming to town, they were working on it,
Yeah,
and we just kind of drove past it, seeing what was going on. But we need to make time to stop in there and say hello.
I
It'd
think they're
definitely be cool.
doing tours now, as I understand. They're letting people in, I guess. And from what I hear, it
Yeah.
has new technology, but the same kind of feel from back in the day.
Oh yeah, I know they're up and rolling.
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke did a great live thing from there and
Ah,
a record, so it's really cool.
I love it. Well, let's hear some of your music. And this is a single, I think the most recent single you released, if I have that right.
Correct. Yep.
So, The Last Fool in Line, if we could, Mr. Natchez. Shotgun Ride by Michael Litten having a great conversation with Boone Froggett. Foggert, I had it right the first time. That cat head's kicking out in that Boone. Gotta love that cat head. But at any rate, that is Last Fool in Line. And you can find the otisband.com, see their schedule, get their merch, get their album, get their stream, etc., etc. So this is an interesting little trivia tidbit that I was not aware of, but and I hope I get this right. Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, is famous for producing more country music artists per capita than any other place in the U.S. Talk a little bit about that. It seems incongruent because you would think, you think Tennessee, Nashville, blah blah blah.
Yeah, Kentucky's a really interesting place musically because we kind of got the birth of bluegrass music in Kentucky. Bill Monroe, all that great stuff. We got country music, and but there's a lot of other music too. There's blues and there's rock and roll. Like the town where we're from is the same town as the Kentucky Headhunters are from. So
Ah,
they're kind of just a mix of all of it. You can't really put the Headhunters in a genre.
yeah.
And the county where we're from is actually where Newgrass Revival formed, which was kind of the first newgrass band. Of course,
What
Sam
is
Bush
new?
still
What
out.
that's a term I'm unfamiliar with. What is newgrass, Boone?
It's basically a mix of bluegrass music mixed with kind of improvisational jam type music,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's really cool. So
yeah,
Sam Bush, well known for that, but I think it's got a lot to do with us being positioned, kind of in the center of the nation, and everything just kind of comes in and out of Kentucky.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of country music. If you we talk to people, as we're touring, traveling. That's kind of what the state is known for is
Yeah.
bluegrass and country.
But per capita, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's a nice claim to fame. And then
Oh yeah.
how'd you all meet? Talk about your bandmates and how you guys met, got
We
together.
all kind of grew up in the same area. John and I, which is the kind of the co-founder of the band,
Yeah.
we met through my dad's kind of honky tonk cover band. So I come from a very musical family. My grandfather was a award-winning old-time fiddler, and my dad kind of played Bakersfield honky tonk.
Wow.
Just cover songs out.
Yeah.
Buck Owens and Dale Reeves and all that great stuff. So that's kind of what I grew up around. And John's brother was the kind of the standing bass player in the band, but he got married, so John came in to fill his place, and that's kind of how we met. And the other two guys, Dale and Alex, they both come from musical families too. So we all kind of knew of each other before we knew each other. So
Yeah.
we kind of had that background. So it turned out good. People ask us all the time if we're brothers or are we
Yeah.
related. We're like, no, we just ride in a van together a lot. It happens.
You feel like you're related now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
How many years?
Oh man, our first album came out in 2015, Tough Times, a tribute to John Brim, which was
Yeah.
produced by Greg Martin of the Kentucky Headhunters, and Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top gave us a lot of love on that first album, which
Yeah.
which he kind of helped kick us out of the door and
Yeah.
out into the world a little bit. So
So
we
shout out to Billy Gibbons. How cool is
yeah,
that?
yeah, we love Billy. Dale, the drummer, noticed, and myself got to hang out with Billy a couple months ago after a show, and
Wow.
he always has some words of wisdom for us. He's a
That's
he's a
awesome.
cool
Well, that's a
dude.
good mentor to have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, and I want you to talk about the John Brim album, but I did not make this connection. But John Brim or became famous for his Ice Cream Man, which
Yeah.
Van Halen covered and did, as I understand it, and the royalties that he got from that, from them doing it, he put into like a restaurant or something like that. Do I have any
Uh,
of that right?
Yeah, he put the royalties into opening a record store and a
Record
and a
store. Oh,
blues club and
yeah,
started touring again and was kind of a latent career boost for him, which
yeah,
which was really cool. But how the whole thing happened was Greg Martin is like, "Hey guys, come eat some barbecue with me." So we met with Greg, and he handed me this burnt CD. He said, "Here's this guy. His name's John Brim. He was originally from Kentucky. He moved to Chicago as a teenager and ended up on the Chess Records label
Mm,
around the same time as Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf,
yeah.
Little Walter. All the '50s
Otis
blues
Band
legends.
and yeah,
Yeah, yeah, all that great stuff." And he said this is kind of, Kentucky's claim to classic blues music. So
yeah,
he said, "You boys, you listen to this, and if you feel like that you might could take a stab at any of these songs, let's get in the studio and kind of work on it, maybe do an EP or something." So what was supposed to be an EP turned into an album pretty quick because we had a knack with coming up with our own arrangements and putting
yeah,
his lyrics to them, and we were just having fun with it. So we kept going, and that ended up being our first album, which is kind of a crazy thing to do for a young band's
yeah,
debut album to be a tribute album to someone else, but
yeah.
it worked for us, and
Did you
we still
do I did you cover Ice Cream Man?
we did, of course. We veered as far from the Van Halen one as we could, and we love Van Halen.
Yes. Yeah.
We wanted to kind of honor that classic Chicago blues sound that
Yeah.
he had on the original. So
And I think
so
David Lee Roth did it as well, didn't he, on one of his solo albums? Do I have that right or no?
I I would assume he did
Yeah.
probably.
Wow. All right. Well, enough about that, John Brim. We got to get back to Otis. Let's play a little There's a Break in the Road.
Let's do it.
Well, everybody find their own thing, and I guess you think you found yours. Your face a personal bond, so hot like nothing ever before. Like last year's medal, whoa, you put me down. And when you misuse the one that's been good to you, don't you know you're bound to go down? 'Cause there's a break in the road, there's a break in every road. But I got mine and you got yours. There's a break in every road. You just drag me around, treat me like dirt. You don't care how much it hurt. There's a break in the road. There's a break in every road. You were the only girl who could turn me on and make a bad man out of me. You made me do things I never dreamed of. Now you want to set me free. Well, I'm out in the cold, Lord, and left alone while you galloping with your new man. Won't you go on ahead and tell him like it is, like you ain't got a care in the world. Oh, there's a break in the road. There's a break in every road. I got mine and you got yours. There's a break in every road. Ride high with your bad self and leave me to carry the load. There's a break in the road. There's a break in every road.
You also not only does Billy Gibbons dig this band, and why wouldn't he, and why wouldn't you all? But Tinsley Ellis says, great playing and emotional singing, raw and righteous. And I would totally agree. And for those in the Atlanta area, check the Otis Band out Thursday, August 21st at Smith's Old Bar, 7 p.m. You guys are opening, I think, for Hippies and Cowboys. Do I have that right?
You got it, man.
I love it. And then you'll be in Macon sometime in November, and they can
Yep.
find all where you're playing all around the country at the otisband.com. Love it. Well, we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to the one and only, the legend, the man, the myth, the Wes O'Neill.
He tries to keep us all in line, don't he?
I love the Wes, English bloke, and he's a big. You probably know this, Boone. He's a big Liverpool fan, the soccer team. So he's been on cloud nine because they just won the English Premier League this year. So, but Wes, we love you, brother, and you guys you've not ever met him, I don't think, or it's all just been, or have you?
We actually met him before he became our publicist. He was on tour with the band that we were touring with over in the UK,
Ah,
and we kind of got to be friends then. And then he
yeah,
came in into doing what he does now,
yeah,
and then it was a pretty easy decision. So
yeah,
Wes has been really involved with things here in the last couple of years. So he's a good dude.
yeah. He is a good man, very organized and very thorough. Who were you guys touring with over in the UK, Boone?
uh, he was a crew member for Chris Barris,
Okay,
the blues guitar player. He played on Supersonic Blues Machine, which is kind
nice.
of a super group with Billy F. Gibbons and Lance Lopez and some other folks. But it was us, Chris Barris, and Blackstone Cherry, which
Yeah,
is a band that's from the area where we're from. So
yeah.
they were responsible for kind of helping us get over
Getting you
to
set up. How
Europe
was the
for
response over there from the folks in the UK?
Oh man, amazing,
Yeah,
amazing. It was so fun. It's Southern rock to them is like the Beatles to us. As much as we love the Beatles, we don't have the DNA to be the Beatles.
yeah,
And this the same for them with Southern rock. So
yeah,
it's kind of a fun trade-off. Man, we got to play castles over there. We played Ulster Hall, and that's where Zeppelin played Stairway the first time. So
yeah,
it was kind of very amazing to go over there. And
yeah,
like the audiences there, it's not like it is here. No offense to here, we love playing at home. But
yeah,
man, those people they'll go get them two or three beers before the show starts because they don't want to lose their place, you know, in the audience, and
yeah,
they're very focused. They're not
yeah.
watching the ball game or texting their buddy. They're listening.
In the music. Yeah, and that's interesting. So same age range, but over here, everybody's distracted by something else, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you gotta beat them over the head to get them to listen to what's going on. You know, it's like you know we do social media advertising. So like, uh, we'll put out a 30-second ad, and the most majority of people watch 12 seconds of it.
I know.
They
I
can't even
know.
give you the 30 seconds. But hey, we'll get them eventually.
The music is outstanding. It's just, and it always strikes me as so interesting. We got blues. We're coming up on Fourth of July, and we got the whole
Yeah.
Fourth of July weekend, and blues really is America. And then it's not really loved here in the States. Back in the day, it gets exported or imported over to Liverpool, etc. And then those UK boys pick it up and then bring it back to us.
I
And it,
know it. It's a crazy thing, and I love talking about that with people over there because you
yeah,
know it's somebody that grew up that's our age that everybody is in the band. We listen to the blues backwards, so you know we listen to Stevie Ray first, and
yeah,
then you know Buddy Guy, and you know you keep going back till you get to you know Robert Johnson
Johnson, sure.
and Blind Willie McTell and all those guys. And
Yeah,
you know, we found that we like the older stuff better and was more influenced by that. But a lot of the discovering of that stuff, you know, we did through Jeff Beck Group and John
hmm,
Mayall and the Blues Breakers and all
yeah,
those great acts from the UK.
yeah. I love it. It's just so ironic. And so now you all going back over there. There's a,
We're starting it all over
I
again.
know, there's kind of a come full circle thing. Now, how many of, when you talk to the folks over there, have they made the pilgrimage to the big house and to Macon and that sort of thing?
There's some that have, and
Yeah,
it was cool because there were some people, some of our folks from here made the pilgrimage to see us over there. So
yeah,
it was cool to see, you know, a familiar face, you know,
yeah.
on the other side of the ocean was pretty cool.
I love it. How long ago was that trip, Boone?
The last time we went over was 2019. So
19,
since then we you know our focus has been you know here at home,
here
but
in the States.
we're working on you know getting back over there eventually in the right situation.
I love it. Well, let's cue up Blind Hog. Now, so we've transitioned. So the first two songs, Last Fool in Line and There's a Break in the Road, you released as singles. But
Hmm.
the next four that we're going to do are all off your album, Eyes of the Sun. And that was do I have it right? Second release after the tribute to John Prim?
Correct. That's our second album. You can find it on Cleopatra Records, and was produced by Paul Nelson, who was known for being Johnny Winter's manager late in his career.
Ah,
And Paul, he passed earlier this year. Good dude.
yeah. Love some Johnny Winter, especially some of that stuff he did at Woodstock that didn't get, put into the film, but got captured on one of his CDs. Just unbelievable.
Great stuff.
Yeah. And if do I have this right? There were four songs off of Eyes in the Sun that were included on a soundtrack for Street Survivor. Do I have that right, Boone, or am I even close?
That's correct. Cleopatra Records made that movie about the life of Artemis Pyle,
Yeah.
who we're buddies with. We
Yeah.
know Artemis and his band, and
Yeah.
they included us in the DVD version of that, and we really appreciate it. And
Wow.
the song "Home" is also featured on the Cleopatra Records film "The 27 Club," which Todd Rundgren is in. So
Wow.
pretty cool.
Man, oh man. So you guys have been blessed, and it's just
Yeah.
organically all these things just because you're so talented and unique niche.
Well, we got this accent, and people feel sorry for us, so they'll throw us a bone every now and then.
I love it. All right, well, let's hear some Blind Hog, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah! You gotta be naive to believe. Can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah. Your own eyes got you hypnotized. Now you believe in your own lies. Got your head held up high. Got your mind up in the sky. Floating like a feather in the wind. Thinking it'll never come again. Yeah. A blind hog finds the egg never nodding. Ain't no trouble to see where you've been. A blind hog finds the egg never nodding. Ain't no trouble to see where you've been.
That is a Blind Hog off of Otis's album Eyes of the Sun, which you can find at the otisband.com. Having a great conversation with Boone, and you talk a little bit about joining Capricorn, or I mean, excuse me, Cleopatra, and uh, and that label, and how it's a nice fit for you, Boone, and Blind Hog. Talk about Blind Hog too.
Yeah, that's a really fun song, and really a lot of funk influence on that. A lot of people don't pick up on it, but we love James Brown, the Famous Flames, JB's, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we like to interject that into the Southern rock stuff. But yeah, Cleopatra has been a great fit for us. Like I said, our old buddy Paul Nelson he had worked with him in the past with Johnny on some other stuff, so
Yeah.
he brought us in on that, and
Where are they out of, Boone? Where's
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, they're known for reissuing like a lot of classic recordings that maybe became unavailable and a lot of live stuff. So, I mean, if
Yeah.
you go through the roster, there's like there's Pat Travers and BB King and you name it.
Yeah.
A lot of the obscure 60s garage rock stuff. They got a lot of that stuff going on too. But are really really cool folks, and what's cool about them is they have that the other side to the label, which is film, which is has been good
So you
for us
got
too.
that mix where you can get your music
Yeah,
into the film.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Really
Th-
cool.
How do you touched on a little bit people's attention span, but how do you sort through like the first two songs we did, Last Fool in Line and There's a Break in the Road, you released as singles. How are you sorting through this landscape of an album versus a single versus, release one and then release, that?
It's tough, man, and really right now it's a singles world. That's
Yeah.
what everybody's doing because the infrastructure to sell albums has gone away due
Yeah.
to streaming. That's
Right.
that's just how it is. That's all right though. We're still working on getting a full length out there, but it's everybody's kind of playing this singles game, and
Yeah.
the algorithm rewards you for being consistent and just keep releasing, keep feeding the machine, and it
Yeah.
kind of gives you some more people each time. So we've spent a lot of time, promoting the singles and
Yeah.
doing interviews. And of course, playing live is kind of where it's at. That's how we get people kind of
When you're
interested.
at Miss Soul Bar on August 21st, Thursday, fronting for hippies and cowboys, will you have CDs there? I mean, do you even do that kind of thing anymore? And do you have
Oh yeah.
vinyl?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got CDs, vinyl,
Okay.
all kinds of stuff
Okay.
because that's the best way for a band to make money and stay alive
Yeah.
is tickets and t-shirts is kind of the business now as opposed
Yeah.
to your album sales supporting your tour. Your tour kind of supports your album sales now.
Album sales. What, it's, my model was anywhere I went to see live music, I'd buy the CD and tip, right? Because it was just,
Yeah.
and then I'd burn it to my hard drive. So I had it and then I'd give it away. But, the thing with CDs, it seems like though, Boone, is people don't have CD players in their cars anymore. They don't have them anywhere. What's the reaction to that you're finding?
Man, people are still buying CDs. I don't
Yeah.
know where they're listening to them at, but they're still buying them, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And vinyl sales are up. It's kind of streaming and vinyl are the two big things right
Yeah.
now. And the CDs it's hanging in there. We still make money on CDs, but it's
Yeah.
it's not it's not anything like the vinyl.
It was. Wow. So who does all the writing or most of the writing? What's your process? How do you collaborate or does one of y'all come with?
We write as a band. Just
Ah,
get the four of us in a room, and it'll happen every time. And it's just
interesting.
there's just something magic about the four of us playing together.
Yeah.
I can bring in an idea, but by the time the other three get a hold of it, it's turned into something else that's
Yeah.
better. So
Yeah.
that's what we want anyway. So
Yeah.
a lot of songs just start organically. Us getting ready to rehearse or whatever. We'll just start playing something, and everybody falls in on it, and either it's cool or it's not.
Who does the writing of the lyrics? Is that you primarily?
That's kind of a group effort
Is
too.
it too? Interesting.
I'll start out with some ideas, and then the other guys will fill in, and we'll
Yeah.
kind of pick the best thing.
Yeah, I love it. And then when you recorded, what was that process? Did because I hear a lot of bands now are going back to the old school way, the blues way, where, was go in, everybody's in, not many takes, kind of just do it. Did you
That
follow that
that's us.
model?
That's us, man. It's
Yeah.
it's like the current landscape of rock and roll. We're so sick of click track rock bands.
Yeah.
We want to hear somebody go in like all our heroes have. I
Yeah.
mean, you turn on the Allman Brothers from the Fillmore or
Yeah.
Humble Pie from the Fillmore, those
Yeah.
those great live records. So we
Yeah.
wanted to do that in the studio. So we're all about minimal or overdubs, trying to capture the energy of the performance
I
because
love it.
that's what it's all about anyway.
Amen to that, brother. Well, let's hear the title track, Eyes of the Sun, off the Eyes of the Sun album or CD or whatever we're calling them these days. I'm still
Let's do
calling them
it.
an album. If we could, Mr. Mike. You are back on Live the Vibe. Michael Litten, the last DJ, drinking some Cathead, listening to some great music from Otis, and talking to Boone. We just played Eyes of the Sun, the title track. Talk about that song a little bit and that the album process and putting it all together, Boone.
Yeah, on that particular record, we got to record the 2-inch tape, which is something that we always really had wanted to do.
Ah,
So yeah, all the basic tracks were to tape. We did a few overdubs in Pro Tools, and then ran it back through tape,
yeah.
and then got kind of got what we got at that point. But ISO Sun is a cool song. The slide guitar is played in open G tuning, and you can kind of hear more of the country rock influence in on that one from growing up around the Headhunters and hearing all those great country rock songs on the jukebox. So it was a fun part of ourselves to showcase.
And where are you recording? Where was this album recorded?
This was done in Glasgow, Kentucky at Barrick Recording, and
Okay.
David's done a lot of bands from around here.
Yeah.
Super Fuzz, Rufus Huff. He's done some Headhunter records. He did the first Blackstone Cherry record as well. So
Wow.
David's well known.
Yeah, I love it. So this is probably a hard question, but if you were guiding young, musicians, what kind of advice would you give them? What would you, in this landscape, what would you tell them, Boone?
I would say be yourself and stick with it. If you're
Yeah.
chasing a trend, you're already too late. Just be who you are.
Yeah, I love it. And who would you have, could you come up with three albums or bands or, that you would direct them to that influenced you? I know that's a tough one too.
Yeah, I could do that. I'd have to say Canned Heat,
Ah,
the Kentucky Headhunters, of
yeah,
course, and BB King. I mean, all roads lead back to BB at
maybe,
some
yeah,
point. He's
yeah.
he's every genre kind of put together.
Did you get to see him live?
No, I never got to see BB. I wish I would have. That would have been a big moment. But just hearing BB King
Yeah.
changed my life. I mean, that big, single note that he hits, and then that voice takes off.
Yeah.
Man,
You
it's a
can
force of
really pretty
nature.
much recognize him with one note, can't you?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
absolutely. And
distinctive.
he
Yeah.
he was able to bring blues music to the forefront
Yeah.
to really to all genres, through Thrill Is Gone and other songs.
I love it. Well, here's another one for you, kind of off the wall, but if you could put together any three-piece band of musicians that are either living or dead, uh,
Right.
who would be your three? And you can use the Kama Sutra Maru Star Trek thing and fudge the rules if you want, but
Okay. Man, this is tough. I'd have to say Jeff Beck on guitar because he's God's guitar player. I mean, there's nobody that can touch Jeff Beck.
yeah,
Um,
God rest his soul.
and man, this is tough.
I know.
This is tough.
Well, you can
This
come.
is
You think about that. We'll play a song. We'll
all
play a
right.
Loving Man, and then
All
give you
right,
a
that
chance
sounds
because I
good.
put you on the spot, and I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like to. I told Wes, no gotcha questions, Wes. So we'll play Loving Man and then come back to that question.
All right, sounds good.
Pete Frinza, I believe am I saying that right? Pete
Yeah,
Frinza
yeah.
says, in an era where references to an ascendant musical genres are often an excuse for lack of material, Otis delivers the goods. I love it. Very
We try
cool.
to anyway.
Yeah, no question about it. Not only try, you do. So who would you add to the Jeff Beck lineup?
All right, we got Jeff Beck on guitar,
Yeah.
Ian Pace from Deep Purple on drums,
Ah,
and of course the late great Alan Woody from Government Mule on bass. I think
wow.
that'd be interesting.
I love it. Well, and Mike Natchez is a drummer. So, Mike, will you weigh in? You like that Deep Purple drummer?
I love a Purple drummer.
All right, good. There we go. He's giving two thumbs up.
Yeah,
So,
go for it.
Hey, there you
very
go.
cool. Very cool. That's awesome. So, Loving Man, that Mike and I were coming. It sounded like a different vocalist, but that's still you, or
That's me. Yeah.
wow. So something different though. Did you just? I mean, it sounded.
It's a little different. It's a little different kind of register from the other songs. It's a little more uh, Muddy Waters ish
Yeah,
vocal wise
yeah,
than the other one.
and it sounded deeper or something. And
Yeah.
yeah, love it.
Thanks, man.
Very cool. Well, so you've opened for some killer people and toured with some people, but any band, I think I probably know the answer based on what you lead guitarist, but anyone you would have liked to open for or would like to open for if they're still around.
Man, we'd like to have been around some of the, the real deal blues guys, like in Albert King or BB or Little Milton
Yeah.
or any of those guys. You know, the blues thing has really changed because there's really nobody left that can carry the original thing forward. I mean, there's versions of it, but
Yeah.
to see something like Muddy Waters is almost impossible now. I mean, the closest you can get is Buddy Guy or Bobby Rush.
Right.
That's about closest you're going to
Yeah,
get
and
on that.
God bless Buddy. He's like 90.
It's still out there doing
I
it
know
though.
he is. I've seen him. I used to go to the Chicago Blues Fest and see all those cats back in the
Oh
day.
man.
Luther Allison had come through, Kalamazoo when I was living there, and oh my God, what a treat. But Lonnie Brooks and Buddy and etc. Well, let's hear. We're almost out of time, but let's hear "Shake You," and then I've got a question about "Washed My Hands in Muddy Waters," which is off the album, but we didn't play. But I want to
Gotcha.
I want to ask you about that when we hear "Shake You" off of "Eyes of the Sun," Otis.
When I see you, I wanna shake you, baby. Every time you talk, yeah, I wanna shake you, baby. Got me on my knees, yeah. Girl, you're driving me crazy. When I see you twist, oh, I wanna shake you, baby. When I hear you, I wish I could shake you, baby. Oh, come to me, yeah. Don't you tell me, baby.
You are back on Ride the Vibe. Michael Litten, the last DJ, having a great conversation with Boone Froggett of the band Otis out of Kentucky, enjoying some Cathead here in the Sandbox Studio South. Got Mike Natchez on the technology. And that was Shake You off of The Eyes of the Sun. But I mentioned that I wanted to ask you, you've got a song on there, Washed My Hands in Muddy Waters, and you reference Macon. So now I got that. But you reference, and maybe in the words, you talk about your father being from Macon, this and that. Is that accurate or is that metaphorical?
That's the only cover song on
Ah,
Eyes of the Sun. That song
okay.
was originally written by Cowboy Joe Babcock, but man, everybody and their brothers covered it.
Interesting.
Stonewall Jackson, Elvis Presley,
Yeah,
Spencer Davis group, like every genre's covered that song. And
yeah.
I grew up hearing my grandfather sing that song. And
Interesting.
we had the music and we're rehearsing the music and we didn't have no vocals. And when I heard that, the lyrics to that song just It just came to me. I'm like, hey, this could kind of fit and be kind of an interesting blues rock cover of the song. So that's what we decided to do. So
I love it.
cool thing. Yeah.
And that's what's, kind of frustrating as a, not specific to you guys, but just as a
Mhm.
listener of music now, it's hard to, without the liner notes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You miss some of that context, which is what the genesis of Ride the Vibe was, is to flush out stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is cool. We'll talk about Shake You, that song, and
That's a really fun song. Again, kind of there was some funk influences in there, and then
yeah.
it's got kind of that Latin Cuban kind of break in the middle of it, and that features Eddie Stone on B3 organ.
Ah,
Folks know Eddie from being in the Southern rock band Doc Holliday,
okay.
and he tours with Wet Willie now.
Yeah.
But it was great to work with him in the studio. He played the coolest solo on that. Most guys would have went for the big high flying parts, but he kept it low and kind of laid back and
Yeah.
just let it cook. And we always thought that was cool when he played that solo. But that's a really fun song to play live because the guitar harmonies and all the different parts and
Yeah. I
that
love it.
just fun rock and roll.
And speaking of live, August 21st, Thursday, Smith's Soul Bar right in the Atlanta area off of Piedmont Road. You're going to be opening for hippies and cowboys. Then you're going to be down in Macon in November, and the listeners can find all that at theotisband.com. Parting thoughts, comments, anything that I didn't cover, I should have, Boone.
Yeah, just go to the website, come out and see us. We'd love to meet you. Come up to the merch table after the show. We're pretty personable folks, and
Yeah.
we really appreciate people that come out to the show and spend their hard-earned money to come watch us carry on for
Yeah.
45 minutes or hour and a half or whatever. But uh, we've had a great time talking to y'all, and come on out to Atlanta. Come see the show.
Yeah, well, I'm up in Roswell. I've got it on my calendar for sure. I've got to get a chance to meet you all in person. Would be awesome.
Right on, man.
And then you're just back to the this Allman Brothers Festival thing you referenced at the very beginning of the show. I'm
Uh-huh.
not familiar with it, Boone, but talk just a little bit about that for a minute.
It's a really cool thing. We've had the privilege of playing it 3 times. It's the Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association
Ah,
Festival, and
okay.
they bring in different acts every year.
Yeah.
That sometimes they have a direct link to the Allman Brothers, or sometimes it's just people that are clearly inspired by it.
Yeah.
And we've got to play with some great folks. Samantha Fish was there one year.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hall, of course. It was really fun with Jimmy Hall because he came out during our set and we did some Wet Willie songs, but we
Ah,
also all did some of the John Brim stuff that he played with us on the first record. That's him playing
wow.
harmonica.
Yeah.
So that was fun. J Mo's Jazz Band was there one
Oh,
year.
no way.
We got to meet J-Mo, which was he's the coolest dude ever.
Yeah, I bet.
And that was fun.
Where does that take place and what time of year?
It's in September,
Okay.
and it's usually sometimes they have it at the Douglas Theater, sometimes they have it at some other theaters in
So
town. But it's a
indoor venue.
yeah, indoor venue. And
Yeah.
then like last year we played the after party at Grant's Lounge. So after the main show was over, everybody come and hung out with us for the late night portion of it. And there's
Wow.
events that go on the entire week. I mean, they have
Yeah.
stuff at the big house. There's things going on at Rose Hill. And it's a really cool thing. And
Wow.
it
So
kind of
say it the title because they need to shorten their title
uh,
for those of us with limited brain power.
well, they call it GABA Fest, but it's
Oh,
Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association Festival.
okay. Guy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's wild. I just not a couple of weeks ago I watched the tribute they did to Dickie Betts
Yeah.
down there, and that was fantastic. With all just unbelievable. Well, just a great conversation with you, Boone. Thank you so much for bearing with us through all the technological issues.
Oh, no problem, man. We had fun, had a good time.
Yeah, awesome. And I'll look forward to seeing you at Smith's Old Bar,
All right,
August
man. We'll see you there.
21st, Thursday. God bless you, brother.
All right, thank you.
Michael Litten, the last DJ. We are out of here.